So I played an interesting game earlier. Thought I played pretty well. I'm playing the Mayans against the Cuman's flank player, and then you can see what the rest of my subs are. They have Britain's Cuman's Khmer, and we have Frank's Inca's Mayans. So the funny story is that this guy Minimal, who's playing Cuman's on the flank on my side, he was on my team the game previous, and we were playing on Budapest, which is the one where you have two town centers at the start. And I go, and there's also water, so I throw some Mamelukes on my boat, go raid. I'm constantly fighting the guy on my side, but my ally is just getting annoyed. My ally being Minimal, that I'm playing against, he kept spamming 14 at me. Funny thing is, my ally from last game was also telling Minimal that he was building the wrong units and he should stop complaining and so on. So, anyway, this game I'm against him, which is pretty funny. You know, by some fate, you could say. So he finds all his sheep early, I guess. I'm not really sure. How many sheep he has here? He's got like 4 there, done some of the sheep. Yeah, looks like he's got. Alright, so he collected a sheep. Then he comes forward to scout instead of push deer. So this is an interesting scenario because I'm sure you could see what's about to happen, right? Is that he converts, my sheep so in the town center. So they say in this situation you should not go in and shoot the scout because then you'll shoot your own sheep. So I've already lost a sheep here, and I definitely overcommit on the villagers. I don't really need to send more than this. At least I don't think so. And the only thing I think I'd really benefit from this is getting more damage, hopefully. So he kills a whole lot of sheep, slash he steals the llama, which is unfortunate. But on the good side of things for me is that I've killed the scout, so I think that's actually pretty big. Even though I did lose a lot, at least I can still push all my deer, and he can't push deer, and I guess he gained a llama out of it. I'm not sure, but yeah, obviously it's not really that fun to be lamed. But yeah, I'm not even sure what the optimal thing is in that situation. Maybe I just shoot him so you can't steal him. Just like kill him. My Eagle Warrior was pushing a deer, just kind of distracted. And it's also, the Eagle Warrior is not as fast as the Scout, so it can't even like really chase that well. But no worries, like I said, I can push all my deer and he can't, and he has no idea what I'm doing, so. Honestly, it doesn't even set me back that much. I didn't really feel it. But yeah. So go ahead and fast forward. So there's that nice lane. And then he goes for an interesting strategy. I guess he wants to complete the lane. I'll show you what, he ends up doing here. So since the scout died, I guess he's trying to find where my woodline is. So he has to use his villager to scout. So, I mean, I feel like that's already really good for me. But yeah, so he's sending forward a bunch of villagers. I'm sure you know what's coming. He's playing against the Cumans. And honestly, it's a team game, but in a situation like this, and so far all the involvement, right, you can tell that it's clearly a 1v1. And so the plan here for me is I'm getting on stone because I'm going to drop a tower on this woodline. I did walk my villagers over to see if I could fight his villagers, but with the houses being there, I just didn't even bother to go in. And so I walled this off just in case like his ally is gonna rush me or whatever. And I also don't want, yeah. I mean that's just really it. It's, this is like the side that I need to protect because that's my woodline, that's my berries. And I make an archery range. I mean, one because you're the mines, but this is just kind of what you're supposed to do in this scenario because if I go for anything that's not our archers, I can't really zone him off the woodline, right? Like he'll just go into the TC if I have melee. So. I go out and I build a tower here to zone him off this wood line. And right now I have a 5 villager lead, so I'm feeling pretty good. And at home he doesn't like much, so he goes onto stone because he's trying to go all in on the cheese, so it makes sense he's gonna want towers. That's why archers are good, because archers can shoot the villagers that are trying to build the tower. So archers are really good at stopping the towers in their tracks. And the other thing is that archers are faster than villagers, so basically, like, if you go melee or be melee, at least the villagers can fight back, right? Like, they can fight militia pretty well, and they can fight men-at-arms and scouts, like they have to. It's not great, but they can't even fight archers. And so, yeah, he goes now to try to attack the tower, which would work if I didn't have the archers. And I was a little sloppy in having my archers go far this way. I think I was looking because I saw the villager over here, so I was trying to find him, see if he was doing any shenanigans. But he clearly realizes at this point that, yeah, it's not going to work out. I could just have... Yeah. And so I'm still up... I'm up 7 villagers, actually. Which is hilarious. And it's worth mentioning that in this scenario, and he brings forward more villagers, so he just has insane idle time too because he's down a bunch of villagers. He has a bunch of villagers that have just been idle. Yeah. So now at this point, I kind of already think I've won, but I know that he's got all these villagers over here, so he's going to be looking probably to get on another resource. So yeah, I'm queuing the archers over here, and then I'm going to go try to find him so that I can deny like whatever he's doing over there. And I don't even know why he sent forward these villagers just for this tower, but like he must have figured I was gonna put a counter tower because he already knows that I'm on the stone. So I go ahead and put the counter tower there, which is, and I have more villagers, so I'm gonna win that tower. I'm pretty confident in that. And then yeah, we find this guy. So I think he has idle TC time. I mean, it's crazy if you look at it. He's at 720 right now, right? So. And he's losing villagers fast, so he's on, 23 at the moment, about to be even less, and I'm on 37. So, things are going quite well in my department, and now it's even worse for him. Oh, I think I lose villager like a retard, but yeah, I think it's even worse for him now because he has no troops either, so he has nothing at home to defend from potential forward aggression. So, yeah. I've seen streamers play against the Cumans, like the high elo streamers, and they usually like to go archers with forward towers and just deny the Cumans wood altogether. You just basically drop towers on their wood lines, and before they get troops, there's just not much they could do about it. And then archers can zone off of the gold or protect or whatever else, right? So, and then if you see like the Cumans still up a stable, you'll just make spears. It's better to, in my opinion, it's better to go for a strategy like that because booming is just in Cuman's favor. So, yeah. Now he's gonna leave more villagers. And honestly, I feel like I just played pretty well in the whole scope of things. Like I only have 43 seconds of idle time on my TC dealing with all this crap, which is like the lowest in the game. So I think that's actually kind of nuts. So I'm pretty happy about that as well. And yeah, like he has nothing at home. Like he has nothing to defend. He should have built the tower. And he definitely has the stone. I mean, maybe he doesn't have the wood for the tower. Honestly, that may be why he did not do it. And then now my ally does start to get involved, which is cool. I mean, he just sent a scout, but he's eating pressure himself. So. That's interesting. I'll put my purple ally. I don't know. I honestly wasn't even paying much attention to what they're doing. Put an outpost there. Yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, but I lose this tower because I'm kind of stupid for that. But I have my archers forward, so there's not really much I could do until I get more archers over there. But it's still, this is all just good in my opinion because his economy is just so wrecked. And then I killed a couple villagers. Yeah, and he's just like trapped in space. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's fast forward a bit here. My ally's definitely, especially this pocket player, he actually ate like a lot more pressure than I had imagined. But yeah, I finally throw this tower up. I still think this is a good tower to get up because I really just don't want him to get on these two resources so I can protect them and protect that well. He could have obviously just gone to this woodline or like gone to this woodline or whatever, but he can't even. This TC is just like not even like a usable safe place for him. So he's building up here because I'm basically just in his base making circles. Yeah. the green gets like a really free boom. So he's huge right now. I'm sure you can see the score. So it does get slightly scary, but he makes like a pretty critical mistake later. Just curious what the Eco KD is. I've killed 9 of like I've killed 9 of Teal's villagers. And my allies haven't really been losing villagers either, because they only lost 3. And so my allies only lost 7. It's fun, and this Teal guy, the only villager he killed of mine was this one that I just forgot about attacking. Like that's just hilarious. So now it sounds like all his villagers back home, which was also interesting, because he was afraid of my allies' knights, right? And he goes for the tower. That's right. Okay. Yeah. So let's just fast forward. And then like so from here, I'm basically like I don't want to say I'm in recovery mode, but you know, I am. As far as I knew, I was like really behind because I was just dealing with that. This guy just went full defense Aztecs or Incas. Oh, that's interesting. I guess he just really ate the pressure. Blue goes for a huge boom. I think they kind of made a mistake by pulling back on some of the pressure. Now it takes a terrible trade here. Oh yeah, I get cleaned up there. That was unfortunate. I was gonna basically go for the gullet here, like with a bunch of archers forward and mangonels, but it's honestly I didn't even realize. Like it's hard to know because like you know obviously now I can see the counts of like what the villagers are at, but in the game it's hard to tell. Like light green and dark blue are just absolutely booming. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to fast forward to the part that I would consider to be like a big mistake because green goes for the classic Khmer comp of like you know 99 ballista elephants, which I think could definitely work against our comp. So I can kind of see it. I mean, Incas should not have any problems with the elephants, and Mayans are archers slash I guess halberd. So I mean, yeah, it could work. So I try to get this castle down, or sorry, I try to stop the castle. I played it really poorly. Actually, I should have could have highlighted that. Yeah, I could have stopped that, but I just wasn't focused firing the villagers, so it was just like really stupid. So I got a castle in the, like right near my base, which was great. I think it's so funny watching light blue still type. He's actually still mad about last game because I can't see this while I'm in the game, so it's actually pretty funny. Green says I'll kill red. I'm pretty sure that's not how this game goes, but I don't want to throw any spoilers. He is Khmer with 99 villagers at this point. He's 50 more villagers than I do. I'm getting crazy idle TCs. I ended up idling my TCs for so long, which is kind of a tilter just to watch. Because I was doing so well under the pressure, and then, I don't know. Now I'm not doing well. Oh, yeah, and I put a castle in this guy's base. So there's that, which is pretty cool, because I get all this gold. Let's see what my allies are doing. He sends Kamiyuks forward. Random Kamiyuk raid party. Blue drops a castle on his ass. Damn. This is a pretty good castle. It's interesting how my ally is trying to set up his base now. We're not even fully walled. So yeah. I'm just curious how this little raid party goes. Definitely got some kills there. I'm idling TCs like crazy. I remember why I'm idling TC like crazy. But one is because I'm stupid. Two is because I'm like buying upgrades and trying to spam spears, I think. And yeah. Honestly, not even bad. Alright. Light blue decides to run. Does the Greg maneuver. Time to build another base. This one's done. It's funny he built another town center back there. And so he starts sieging me here. The cool thing is that I should show you my resources. At this stage of the game, so you have 2,627 gold because I just have all these. I've been doing that gold the entire game, and then I was on this gold for a while, and I have gold here. So I pretty much just decided to start buying some stone, and this is where I think the mistake went in because he could have just cleaned up the villagers. Like he could have sent elephants forward, and I just can't even repair this. But he ends up sieging this for a very long time. And like at the moment I'm on 83 villagers, so I'm starting to get within that range of like, you know, constant production. I mean, I'm still probably like 20, 30 off, but like, you know, it's getting to that point. So I'm in my base, bashing pikes and trying to hit Imperial, and he's like basically just standing here with one treb, knocking us down slowly. Just checking out what's happening, because honestly, I just didn't even watch this whole thing. Interesting, my ally puts up a ton of siege workshops. He's only on 76 villagers, so he's not very strong. My yellow ally is helping him. And so meanwhile, this castle is just still big chilling. So this castle ended up just buying me just ridiculous amounts of time. Time that I desperately needed. I think if he had stopped the villagers from repairing and had just taken it out and then just proceeded to go forward, it would have been a lot uglier. But by this point, like I'm already at 34 pikes, and I think I get the age up soon. I buy my way up, yeah. So I'm buying my way up. Hopefully I can get it before he attacks. And I guess things are going well over here. Because if they weren't, you know, things would have gone down differently. They're not even helping. I mean, light blue is pretty much out of the game, so dark blue has to fight the 1v2 against them. So, just need to survive is like a win condition. And I've had just so much time. Dark blue says kill player 4, which is yellow. But it doesn't look like that's what he's going to do. Dark blue losing the 1v2 pretty badly. To the point where the Khmer has to make Halbs to send to him. Just good news for me. Here's the dangerous push. I put my Halbs, or pikes, not yet Halbs, into scatter form. I ended up making those rams a while ago because I was going to ram down the castle, but, you know, obviously not going to just send them forward. Halbs actually do so much. These are actually just pikes, but they just do so much damage to elephants. The thing is, they get, you know, they group up, and then that just makes that kind of shit rough, you know. But oops. So now what I'm doing is I'm regrouping because like I don't have enough spears obviously to like deal with this, so I have to wait. No, going back in. The thing is, like, I knew also that he wasn't really replenishing his army. Because, I mean, I just could see nothing was trickling in. And he also started to help up here. So, I wasn't too worried. And yeah, I mean, these elephants just get absolutely, like, clapped at this point. Because there's just not enough to one-shot the mob, so. Yeah, game is going much longer than this. So yeah, it was just fun. It was good to get revenge on the guy who was like salty at me, and then he tried to cheese me pretty hard. But I felt like I just handled the cheese really well, and I won. And it was just funny to see him talking. And then, yeah. I'm just gonna try to see through the rest of this replay to see if they say anything, but from memory, this does not go much longer. Light blue, teal is still only at 39 villagers, which is hilarious. This economy is in absolute shambles. Dark blue loses his army. Everyone he says, I dead. He is indeed dead. I did his incomplete, I didn't play that well, but that's okay. Yellow was actually under insane amount. Tienes que matar al P4 now. That means we have to attack. I'm pretty sure that means we have to. I think Matar's either kill. Yeah, I think it's kill. Yeah. So that, yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching.